How we doing? So this is the first video with the new Lumix G100, and I'm going to do a quick video on making small humid hides for baby colubrids. So some Dollar Tree 1.5 cup cups, containers, whatever you want to call them. I take them and use them in my tubs. I don't think you can see this, my lighting in here is horrible right now. Use them for humid hides. So these work really well. I notice all my corn snakes and Baird's rats that are in these 6-quart tubs here use the hell out of them. They're super easy to do, relatively very inexpensive, I guess, if you consider the price of sphagnum moss currently. But I'm going to show you how I put them together real quick. I hope it helps. Just an easy little something that if you have issues with sheds, especially in younger snakes. I have yet to have any bad sheds with these. When the snakes go into a shed cycle, I notice they hang out immediately, almost for like an entire week straight in these humid hides. And I just top them off periodically with this guy right here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna talk real quick about how I throw them together. Check it out. Cut holes in these. I'm gonna throw some spag in them. The spag I got, I'll try and link it in the description down below, but this is a big bag. This is, why doesn't it say? It's like a large bale, I think is what they labeled it as. I got a big bag of spag off Amazon for like 25 bucks. It's way cheaper than on the, the smaller bricks you get at like Lowe's and stuff. So that's what I use. It's a similar quality to the, the orchid moss you get in the smaller bricks. little dirtier, a little cheaper, but not by much. And so with these, I just take a box cutter, cut like a 1x1 hole in the lid, roundabout. I mean, remember these are being used for neonates, like hatchling corns and stuff. There is another size up I do. You can get these at like Walmart. This is a 4-cup tub. You can get a similar, there's like square ones and there's round ones. Same thing, just a slightly larger hole. You want to be able to have the snake be able to get in and out with, a food lump in it or something. So making sure that hole's big enough for them to come in and out of is important. Now I'm going to fill them up. These 1.5-quart cup tubs, I got these at, one of them's cracked on the bottom. Got these at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree's the spot if you need cheap containers like this for this kind of stuff. These also make handy water bowls too for some of the bigger stuff that might flip it over. Okay, so this is what I put in about dry weight wise. I really do want to pack it out some because they'll make little tunnels in there and stuff, and over time as they climb around it, it'll get compacted down. So this is what I'm using. Also, talking about the lid holes, you want to make sure that you don't have too large of a hole, because I will show you a bigger hole like that doesn't work out very well. It dries out a lot faster. The snake is awesome, by the way. Shout out to JT at Silent Hill Reptiles. So yeah, do a smaller hole, holds humidity longer. It just saves you from having to top it off more regularly. So keep those holes small. Okay, so this is why I put in that dry weight, because when you compact it down, it ends up fitting pretty much perfectly. And you can fluff it up some and it fills up perfectly, but this is it wetted down, so it's almost ready to be put in the tubs. I really need to invest in a light. So now I'm ready to put it in one of the tubs here with one of these smaller guys. It's a 6-quart tub, and it works out really well. Gives them enough clearance to get in it. A lot of them like to sit on top of it, especially the Baird's, so it's almost an extra like little perching option. And then if you're using small enough water bowls, it all fits in there well. There's a little corn in here that'll take use of that. I mean, that's pretty much it. You just top it off as it gets dry. I just usually pour some water in there and let it soak it up on its own, and we're good to go. Just something simple, something quick, makes life easier. If you're in one of the drier parts of the country, it makes life a lot easier. I hope it helps. Be sure to like and subscribe, and oh look, hello. So I'll add to, this works really well for the Baird's rats, the Diones, the corn snakes, just about everything I've given them to they've used in some form or fashion. The Baird's rat snakes actually use them a surprising amount. The corn snakes use them a lot, and it's something I do with all sizes of these rat snakes. I do hatchlings, I do yearlings, juveniles, adults, and they all seem to really like that option, especially when it comes to shed time. They definitely spend a lot of time in there, and it definitely helps with getting clean sheds out of everything, which for most of us isn't an issue with corn snakes and Baird's and North American Pantherophis. Give it a shot if you're having issues with sheds and stuff. Give this a try. If you live in a drier area, give this a try. I hope it helps. It's also it's sort of a simpler form of enrichment too, especially if it's an animal that hasn't had that before. Adding that in gives them something to, you're getting more use out of the space you're putting these animals in. So it does help if you're in a rack situation, something that maybe needs a little more humidity and is on aspen, like some of the stuff I keep. It helps overall. It's an easy fix, simple solution, it's cheap. Give it a shot. Let me know how it works out for you. Thank you.